What's up, guys? Iceman here. So this is Diablo 3, alright? And I know this game isn't all that Toad. In fact, many would argue it's not Toad at all. But here's the thing. When the ladder resets for Diablo 3, this is what I've done the last couple times. I get on it, I max my character out to 70, which only takes a few hours. And then I play for a couple days or something. And then I realize it's a shitty game and I quit. I'm not going to go over all the reasons why this game's a shitty game, alright? I'll save that for other videos and I don't know, probably... I bitched about that a lot in the past. So what I did is I made a wizard. I'm using Frozen Orb, as you can see. That's right, Frozen Orb. An old school Diablo 2 skill. Now, I remember when they first came out with this Frozen Orb for Diablo 3. It wasn't too long back. Several years ago, right? Whatever. But nonetheless, I thought it was Toad at first. And this is when I was still in denial. When I still was like, okay, Iceman, this is the way to play Diablo. Is by playing Diablo 3. You can't go back and play Diablo 2 because no one's doing that. See, that must have been what I was telling myself back then because I didn't realize that Diablo 2 actually had a huge community. Although Path of Diablo wasn't in existence yet. So check out Path of Diablo if you have not. It's a Diablo 2 mod. Most of you guys know that shit. Thank you for your support. Yeah. And thank you to my patrons. But nonetheless, I just wanted to try this out again. It's kind of fun for a little while. Of course, all the item types have the same fucking drop chance. So there aren't any Griffins or Tyrael's Mites. Of course, there is Tyrael's Might in this game, but it's just another shitty unique that has the same drop chance as any other unique body armor. See, they really simplified shit so babies could play, is what they did with Diablo 3. Fuck! That's right, I wasn't going to bitch about it. Alright, let me stop bitching about it for a minute. So, there's a Hydra set this season. And that's kind of why I wanted to play this time around. Because I always really liked Hydra. But the problem is, it's always been underpowered in Diablo 3. When you're using the endgame sets, none of them have ever been centered around Hydra. But there is one available now that's centered around Hydra. Alright. I haven't found shit for that set yet. I don't think it's even the seasonal set that Blizzard just hands you. I don't think that's the case either. But nonetheless, man, there's a Hydra set. So I'm kind of wanting to try it out for a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? But what happened is... Oh, shit. Toad armor. Is that Toad? Can anything be Toad in Diablo 3? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, the armor's better than what I was wearing. So, playing as the wizard. Just hit 70. 70 is kind of where the game actually starts. But at the same time, it's where the game ends as well, alright? It's kind of what I discovered with this game. But yeah, so I have maxed out, or not maxed out almost. I think I can max at 500 of these little shards. So normally I just start gambling out, trying to get a unique or set armor. Because if you finally get one that's level 70, it's almost always better than whatever rare your character's wearing. Holy shit. Should I put this on? I could put a bunch of these in it. A bunch of these toads in there. Look at all this shit. Okay. Hot damn. Thick armor. That thing's super defensive. Okay. Go to the one with the 3. Yeah, right here. Alright. Just pop a couple of those in there, make it better than what I currently have on. But, yeah, so I go to this chick, and I gamble out the body armors, try to find unique or set. Deal! Nothing. Let me show you her gear real quick. I found this unique item that enhances Arcane Orb. So I've been making builds with Arcane Orb, one of which is Frozen Orb, of course. See, here's all the little runes for these skills. I was using Arcane Orbit for a minute. That's actually a good time too. Because they just surround you, you can just run through enemies. So depending on the difficulty level, I think, depends on what you should wear. But see, I found this. and I put it in the cube. One of the benefits on this season is it used to be you could have 1 armor, 1 weapon, and 1 jewelry piece in the cube. But now you can put like 3 weapons if you wanted to, apparently. And you can mix and match as much as you want. 3 powers of any random unique in the game. They could all be the same item types even. So, yeah, that is why I'm going Arcane Orb right now, because this actually enhances the damage a lot, of course. And the explosion triggers an additional time, so you're getting a ton of damage from Arcane Orb. She's still wearing a bunch of rares. Once you hit level 61, there's a huge bump in item performance with their stats. So that's why a lot of these pieces are 61. All right. But of course, she's 70 now, and I've only found a few 70 pieces. I mean, shit, what I probably should have done is I should have just gambled 1 of each, so it'd almost always be better than what she's currently wearing. But yeah, with this is kind of interesting. Because she can act like a... I didn't go through the portal. There's the portal. She can act like just a tank. She just runs into shit like this. See that? And it blows up. So it's kind of fun. And it's kind of fun for a little while. Let me know if you guys are playing the Diablo 3 ladder reset. I mean, I doubt many of you are, but I know some of you are. And another thing was that, maybe this video would draw in some other viewers to this channel, because of course I primarily play Diablo 2. So I was just trying to get more, subscribers and shit. Even though this video is not going to perform worth shit, because it's Diablo 3. And who really wants to watch that? But I mean, it's kind of a good time, like I said, It's kind of fun for a little while. Until you realize how shitty of a game it is. And here's the Nephilim Rifts, which of course is just every type of enemy you can imagine just swarming your character. There's no variety. In fact, it's just all the variety all at once. You know what I mean? So it ends up being the same shit. Whereas in Diablo 2, there actually was a variety. You could go to places that had desert monsters or, hell monsters. You could go to the pit and you know what to expect. You know what kind of build you should run there. But Diablo 3, they're like, hey, fuck it. Let's just take away all the immunities so the babies could just take their character anywhere they want and just kill everything with any type of element. So let's take away the complexity in that. I think that's what went down in their thought process when they made Diablo 3. They're like, let's take away the complexity in that. Let's just not have the monsters be immune to anything. And they can have a fucking cold character, a lightning character. It's just all going to be the same shit. So they're never going to have to use their little heads for anything. Must have been what went down when they were making this shit. Yeah, because Diablo 2 had variety, man. You could go to the pit and you know what to expect. You could run your Javazon down in there if you have some poison damage with her. Or maybe a bow-on switch with Immolation Arrow. But it's going to be difficult if you try to do like Tier Map 3 in Path of Diablo with the Javazon. You're going to be fucked because they're all lightning immune. You had to think, you had to use your fucking head. And of course, you don't have to use your fucking head in Diablo 3. And they give you the set. They give you there's this little season journey thing where you just got to follow the little dots and they'll give you the fucking set. This game fucking sucks. This game's bullshit. Well, yeah, if you don't think about it, if you try not to use your head for a minute, you could probably get drunk and enjoy this game. Maybe if you're shit-faced out of your mind, you could enjoy this game. But I mean, like I said, I wasn't going to bitch about it, all right? Like, it's kind of fun doing the Arcane Orb stuff like this. It's kind of fun using the Frozen Orb for a minute. But again, these are just all the monsters. It's just all the same shit with these rifts. That's the end game content right there. You're just running the rifts. And like I said, you don't got to worry about anything. You don't got to worry about... You don't even have to worry about your skills. Because it's all based on item damage. In fact, they're like, hey, okay, so the babies, they want to do a lot of damage with their characters. So in order to make it simple for them, like Diablo 2, you had to like think. You had to have gear that was oriented towards certain builds. And you had to enhance your spells with all these various pieces of gear. And you had to level up your spells accordingly, and there was actually consequences. Let's actually have a spell tree, is what they did in Diablo 2. They had a spell tree. And there was consequences to the decisions you've made. You couldn't go back unless if you used one of your very valuable resets, or if you found the token pieces that you had to work your ass off to get to reset your character. Then you could maybe come up with a different build. But there were consequences. Whereas in Diablo 3, they're like, let's just take away all the consequences. Let's just not... I mean, this is a game. There shouldn't be any consequences. Must have been what went down in their making of this game. No consequences whatsoever. And in fact, in order to make it easy so the babies can do a lot of damage and just use all their spells at bay, let's just have all your damage from all these different spells. Let's not have them level up on their own. Let's not let the babies give the spells higher levels, because that'll be confusing if we actually give them some control over their characters. And we don't want that. So let's just make it all be balanced around their weapon damage. And no, the sorceress, she doesn't have to use a wand or a staff. She can use any fucking weapon that she finds. She can have a big honkin' fucking axe that she can wield. Just whatever they find. Let's not even have any distinguishable attributes with the weaponry either, or the set, or the gear. Let's just not do that. That'll be too confusing. So let's just say they'll just do whatever damage their weapon does with all the spells. So just to make it, because we don't want them to be confused. We don't want them to have to control things at all. We don't want to have them worry about things or have to think. We don't want them to have to think very much. So let's just make all the spells do the damage that their weapon does. And again, they don't need to have a wand with a sorceress. They can even wear a fucking bow. Because here's another great idea. Let's just not even have them attack ever with the weapons that they actually have equipped. Like with the barbarian, he can have a big axe in his hand, and all he's going to do is just cast these shock waves in front of him. And he could cast the same damn shock waves with a little dagger as well. It doesn't even matter. So that's the kind of shit that went down when Diablo 3 was made. Let's not make it too confusing for them. We want toddlers to be able to play this game. All right? And let's not have any hard-to-find items. That sounds too hard. Why would we make there to be hard-to-find items in this game? Why would we put that shit in this game? It's a hack-and-slash grinding game. Why would there be items that are hard to find in it? So let's not do that either. Let's just make the same chance among all the helms. Like, we'll have like 100 unique helms, and they'll all have the same chance to drop, okay? Because we don't want the little babies to see the other guys who played longer to have a bigger, stronger helm on. Like how Diablo 2 was. Somebody's be wearing a Griffin's Eye or a Shaco, even though Shaco wasn't that rare. And Andariel's Visage. Things like that. We don't want items to be hard to find in this game. We really don't want there to be anything for them to strive for, except for just increasing little numbers that shoot above the character's head. So in fact, let's make the game all around greater rifts, where it's the same old shit with so much variety, there is no fucking variety in this game anymore because it's all the same shit all at once. So that'll be the end game for Diablo 3. And you know what? We don't want the babies to feel bad seeing the big boys who have more time to play the game and who are able to use their heads, who are able to trade, to make the hard to get items like Infinity and Enigma, how those were in Diablo 2. Let's take that whole concept out of the game as well. So there's no trading. We don't want any of the babies to have hurt feelings because the guys who use their heads are able to get further than them. So we want it all to look the same no matter what. Whether you're level 1 doing a rift or Paragon level 10,000 doing a rift, we want it to always be the same experience for everyone. So in fact, we'll just have the numbers be bigger. From Greater Rift 1 to Greater Rift 200. Alright, they're going to be the same gameplay, the same monsters. You're going to be using the same skills, the same gear. You're going to be using the fucking set we give you. But the only difference are going to be the little numbers shooting above the character's head, okay? So then no one's going to have hurt feelings. Here's one example. This is a furnace. I remember there used to be, in Diablo 3, they actually did have some items harder to find than others, and this is one of them, but now it just has the same chance to drop as everything else. This game's fucking bullshit! Look at that damage. Alright, I mean, I'm about done playing, but, you know, fuck this game. But, I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think about all this shit. And become a patron if you want. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me as you have. Link in the description below if you want to support the Iceman. I'll just die, because dying doesn't really matter in this game either. You can just resurrect right where you die. It's not like Diablo 2 where there's consequences where you have to go back and get your corpse. Or you actually lose experience or something. In fact, you lose durability. And you have billions of gold in this game. They just give you billions of gold. And it costs like 50 fucking gold to repair all your items. But they want to make it seem like maybe there's a little bit of a consequence. But there's really not. You know, I could just resurrect here and just keep going. So dying doesn't matter either. You know, let's take that away as well. The consequence of dying. Because that'll be too hard in a video game if there's actually consequences when you die. And when you don't perform well. But yeah, anyway, like this video if you guys will become a patron if you want. Link in the description below. Peace be with you.